You're using it all day, every day, and you might not even realize it. It's working behind the scenes on your phone, in your search results, and with your movie recommendations. We're talking about artificial intelligence. But what is it, really? Let's break it down in a way that actually makes sense.
So just think about your day for a second. The quick search you did this morning, the route your map app figured out for you, that TV show it recommended last night. They all feel like totally separate things, right? But what if I told you there's an invisible thread connecting them all? A single, powerful engine running in the background.
Yep, that engine, it's artificial intelligence. And that's probably the most important thing to get right from the start. You are already an AI user. Constantly. This isn't some far-off sci-fi concept anymore. It's the technology that is actively shaping your world, right now.
Okay, so what is this stuff? For a minute, let's just forget everything you've seen in the movies. At its heart, AI is simply a system that's built to do a specific task by recognizing patterns in huge amounts of data. That's it. It's not a thinking being, it's more like a highly specialized, superpowered pattern-finding machine. See, the goal here isn't to build a copy of the human mind. It's about creating something totally new. I just love this way of putting it, an exotic mind-like entity. That really captures it, doesn't it? The way an AI thinks is just fundamentally different. It's alien to how our own brains work.
And here's a really simple way to picture that difference. We humans learn from, living. We have senses, we touch a hot stove, we see the color blue. Our knowledge is grounded in the real, physical world. An AI, on the other hand, learns by finding statistical patterns in text. It has no body, no senses. It can't, say, walk into the kitchen to check if the cat is actually on the mat. It only knows what the patterns in the data suggest.
So this is the absolute key. AI's power comes from one thing: analyzing patterns and data to make a prediction or a decision. It's all about probability, not consciousness. It's always just asking, based on the millions of examples I've seen, what's the most likely next word in this sentence? Or the most likely spot on this X-ray? Or the fastest route home?
Now, you've probably heard a few different terms flying around, like machine learning and deep learning. The easiest way to think of it is like one of those Russian nesting dolls. The biggest doll, the outside one, is artificial intelligence. That's the whole big idea of making machines do smart things. You open it up, and inside you find machine learning, which is the main way we do AI today, by having systems learn from data. And then, inside that doll is deep learning, a supercharged type of machine learning that's amazing at finding really, really complex patterns.
So what's the difference, really? Well, with traditional machine learning, a human expert has to do a lot of the upfront work. They have to tell the system what to look for. With deep learning, the system can figure that out all by itself, which is incredible. But there's a catch. To pull that off, it needs two things: absolutely massive amounts of data and some seriously powerful computers.
Which brings us to a big question. Why now? Why does it feel like AI has just exploded onto the scene in the last few years? Well, it's basically a perfect storm of three things hitting at once. First, we now have unimaginable amounts of digital data. That's the fuel. Second, we finally have powerful enough computers, the engine, to process all that fuel. And third, there are massive incentives in business and science to pour money into this, which just accelerates everything.
Now, when you mix that fuel and that engine together, you start to get some major breakthroughs. And one of the biggest ones you're hearing about is the large language model, or LLM for short. This is a kind of deep learning that has been trained on a truly mind-boggling amount of text from books, articles, and basically the entire internet. And this leads us to what is probably the single most important question you can ask about these systems. When an LLM writes a paragraph that sounds perfectly human, that sounds smart, does it actually understand what it's saying? And the simple, direct answer is no, it doesn't. They are masters of pattern matching, not reasoning. They are just making an incredibly sophisticated guess about which word should come next. And because they have zero connection to the real world, they can sometimes confidently make things up. This is called a hallucination. For example, an LLM could write you a list of podcast episodes with real-sounding guests and topics that are completely and totally fake.
So, okay, let's cut through all the hype. Forget the robot takeover stuff. Where is this technology actually creating real value in the world today?
Right now, the real magic isn't about replacing people. It's about augmenting them. Think of it as giving experts a superpower. Take healthcare, for example. AI can act as a second set of eyes for a doctor, helping them spot signs of disease in a scan way earlier. It can automate all the boring note-taking, so they can focus on their patients. It's a tool that makes human experts even better at their jobs.
But of course, like any powerful tool, we've got to be really clear-eyed about the limitations and the risks. This isn't about fear-mongering, it's just about being smart. So, where do we need to pump the brakes a little?
There are really 3 big things to watch out for. First, data bias. If the data we feed an AI has our own human biases in it, and let's be honest, it always does, the AI will learn those biases and can even make them worse. Second, the old saying is true. Garbage in, garbage out. Bad data means bad results, period. And finally, a lot of these deep learning models are black boxes. They give us an answer, but we literally can't see how they got there, which is a huge problem when the stakes are high.
But when you get it right, when you use good, clean data and you design the system thoughtfully, the results can be just incredible. I mean, look at this. This isn't a forecast. It's a real clinical result. An AI tool that monitors patients helped reduce emergency room visits by a staggering 68%. That is a real positive impact on people's lives.
And that really brings us to the main takeaway. AI is a tool, and like any tool, from a hammer to a rocket ship, its impact depends entirely on how we choose to use it. The real challenge isn't just about making AI more powerful, it's about making it beneficial. It's about consciously and carefully steering this incredible technology in a direction that helps all of us. So the question we all need to be asking isn't just, what can AI do? It's, what do we want it to do for us?